नमस्कार दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है अमित और आप देख रहे हैं एएस टेक्टिकल। चैनल पर नया है तो चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करके बेल आइकन प्रेस कर दें ताकि नई नई वीडियोज़ की नोटिफिकेशन आपको मिलती रहे। चलिए शुरू करते हैं।
What we're really proud of is our Redmi Note series. Now, this is one series which has really redefined the mid-premium segment in India. In the year 2014, we launched Redmi Note 4G. That was the first affordable 4G phone in the country. A dual-band 4G phone which was supporting both the bands and was priced under 10,000 rupees. Then Redmi Note 3, the global debut of 650. Redmi Note 4 introduced 625, our favorite processor. And of course, last year, we introduced Redmi Note 5 Pro, the global debut of Snapdragon 636. And we know all of you guys, the entire country loves Redmi Note. You know why? You can see it in the numbers. Again, IDC numbers, and you can see how Redmi Note shipments have increased year on year. If you just count the Redmi Note series in 1 year, we shipped more than 12 million phones in 1 calendar year in this series. Now, 12 million is a pretty big number. If Redmi Note was an independent brand, it would probably be the third or the fourth largest brand in India right now. Now, we have compared this with some of the largest brands in the country, and you'll be surprised that Redmi Note is bigger than 3 or 4 brands combined together. If you combine Realme, Honor, Huawei, and Asus, just Redmi Note. Thank you. Just Redmi Note is bigger than all 4 brands put together in the country. And this is possible because all of you guys are Mi fans, you give us feedback. Whenever we're planning to launch a product, we take feedback from you guys. Now, this is a Mi fan meet that we did in Bangalore a few weeks ago. The phone that I'm having in my hand is a Redmi Note 7. We showcased it to some of you guys, took active feedback, and I'm happy to share that we're incorporating a lot of that feedback in today's launch. We also did a social media post just yesterday asking you guys, how many surprises do we have for all of you guys? Any guesses? Okay, how many people think we'll have 3 surprises? No. How many people think 4? 4. Okay. How many 5? Okay. So we'll not disappoint you. We will have 5 surprises for all the people sitting here in this room. So stay tuned. We'll take about 1.5 hours. A lot of really cool things planned. What do you think will be the first surprise? Sorry, I cannot hear you. Okay. So the first surprise, and probably the biggest surprise, is that we are launching Redmi Note 7 Pro. And this is the global debut of this phone here in India right now. The phone that we are about to launch has not been launched anywhere in the world. So, and to talk about this, I'll call on stage somebody who is more handsome than me, Mr. Tom Cruise. Can I get on stage Mr. Anuj Sharma, the head of marketing for Xiaomi India?
My main man, Manu. Thank you. And a warm welcome to all our partners, our media colleagues, and of course, all our fans. Welcome to the launch of the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now, it's a great privilege for me to be here to introduce to you something which I think fundamentally will change the industry forever. It's a landmark product. And not just that, with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, we are bringing in a massive 48 megapixel camera beast. It's not just that. The Redmi Note 7 Pro redefines design, takes performance to the very next level, and of course, you've got an amazing flagship camera. Frankly, it's amazing what a phone at a truly honest price can do. Let's get into the first part straight away, design. And with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, we have gone grounds up and completely changed our design philosophy. And to look at that design philosophy, I'll play a video. Just take a look.
This is where it all began. The first Redmi Note ever created. The beginning of a path-breaking legacy in the world of smartphones. A legacy that has exceeded expectations with every successor and refined and reinvented itself time and again. When we started designing the Redmi Note 7 series, we wanted to take this legacy to the next level. The device has been crafted with the aim of a premium design and aesthetic. We wanted to provide an experience so immersive that it truly wows the user, all along ensuring no compromise on the functional features that our fans have always adored. And that is what led us to the Aura design philosophy. The impact of Aura design is clear at first glance. The symmetric, seamless design draws your attention immediately. In your hand, the new Note feels premium and ergonomically designed, truly a class apart. And that's not all. We've carefully crafted the bezel, the notch, and the overall user experience to ensure that the new Note immerses you deeply into every experience that you desire. What really makes the new Redmi Note an excellent device is its functional design. We've ensured that no small accidents, spills, or drops will ever degrade the quality and performance of your premium device. And of course, we've retained all the practical features that you've always loved. So get ready for the best Redmi Note yet with the all-new Aura design. Xiaomi.
So with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, we are bringing in an all-new Aura design. As you saw, the Aura design philosophy is a factor of three things. We are giving an incredibly immersive experience. There's a lot of attention to detail, and we are doing all of this, making a beautiful device without compromising on the functionality. Something that our Mi fans have always loved. Moving into the immersive experience. For the first time ever on a Redmi Note, we are using a 19.5:9 dot notch display. Now this is a full HD display that takes brightness and contrast levels to a whole new level. But what I want you to look at is that we also have used the most expensive LCD technology available today, the LTPS in-cell screen. Now this is incredibly important because the LTPS in-cell screen uses less power and also generates less heat. And with that, we are able to push this all the way to the edges to give you a bezel that's narrower than ever before, at just 1.95 mm. It's a true engineering marvel. And with this new aspect ratio and smaller bezels, what we've been able to do is with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, in almost the same footprint as the Redmi Note 5 Pro and the Note 6 Pro, we're giving a larger display. Now it's a 6.3-inch display. Not just that, with the Note 7 Pro, we have retained and in some cases reintroduced some of our fan favorites. We have the sunlight display. When you go out, the Redmi Note 7 Pro screen enhances brightness, improves the overall contrast, and even to give you a more natural image, adjusts the color saturation. So when you are outside in bright sunlight, it's still a comfortable viewing experience. And talking about a comfortable viewing experience, if it's low light, we also have a reading mode. And this has been certified by TUV, where it cuts off the blue light, improves the overall readability, reduces eye strain, so that when you get that last game or the last kill before that night, you still aren't really stressing your eyes. And along with the display, along with the entire immersive nature, is the craftsmanship. On the Redmi Note 7 Pro, for the first time, we have a 2.5D curved glass. And not just in the front, but the back as well. And this is incredibly important because this curvature that you get both in the front and the back seamlessly blends in with the frame, giving you this perfect unibody experience. The hand feel on the Note 7 Pro is absolutely amazing. It's something that you do not expect from a device like this. What's also interesting is, and some of the Mi fans, I'm sure will notice this later, is the flash actually is underneath the glass. It's that seamless overall design. Amazing attention to detail. And talking about more attention to detail, we also are introducing for the first time a gradient finish. Now this is 6 layers coming together to give you this incredible finish. It's absolutely gorgeous and it comes in multiple colors. Let's take a look at the first one. Now that's the Neptune blue. Now it looks absolutely amazing with the entire gradient finish coming in. Another angle for the Neptune blue, and you can absorb this more. It is a really good device. One more angle for Note 7 Pro's Neptune blue color. Now not just that, we've taken the gradient finish to another level, and we also have the nebula red. Looks absolutely stunning, almost from all angles that you look at it. And again, you can see the frame is matching with the entire gradient finish. It is an outstanding looking device. Another angle. Now these are the 2 gradient finishes that we've got. What happens if you have someone in your team, someone who's a little more conservative, someone like probably Manu? For him, these colors are a bit too much. He said it's for the younger people. I do like the blue. For those people, actually not, it's actually a really good color. We are also getting the classic space black. And this is a black that you've never seen before. It's absolutely stunning. It looks classy, as well as it gives you this entire vibrance that you expect from the Note 7 Pro. Another angle for the space black, and here are all 3 colors in the same frame. Absolutely stunning, and I must commend our engineering team for doing an excellent job. Now, these are renders, but what happens is, if when you see this device in person, when you hold it, how does that look? So we've taken a couple of shots of the phone. Now, the next few images are not renders, these are actually photographs of the real device, just to show you how good this actually looks. The Neptune blue, by the way, the color name is also really awesome, as good as the Note 7 Pro. The nebula red. Now, these devices look absolutely stunning in real life. And of course, after this, we should get an idea, and we should get... So with the IR blaster, and almost all our Redmi Note devices have had this, you can turn your Redmi Note 7 Pro into a universal remote. You can control thousands of devices, TVs, set-top boxes, game consoles, fans, pretty much everything that uses IR technology. It's something that our fans have absolutely loved, and we are not giving up on that. So, to sum it up, from a design perspective, I'm sure you guys are loving what you saw. The Aura design, an all-new philosophy. You've got an immersive 6.3-inch dot-notch display with an all-new aspect ratio of 19.5:9. You have a LTPS in-cell screen. Again, improved thermals, improved battery efficiency. You're pushing it all the way to the edges, smaller bezels. You've got a Corning Gorilla Glass 5, both at the front and the back. It's a 2.5D glass that merges in with the frame. And of course, that beautiful 6-layer gradient finish. And it's still a Redmi Note. It is as practical as ever before. It's got the headphone jack. It's still got the IR remote control. And the all-new Type-C. Now moving to the next section. And this is something that the Redmi Note series has always been known for. We've broken that entire segment time and again in terms of how the Redmi Note has performed. And of course, Talking about that, let's get into the performance part. And this, of course, is, we know, incredibly important to all our Mi fans, right? No? Okay, so before I get into the performance part of it, I'll recap. So we talked about this last time as well. When we are selecting a processor, we look at three key things. Can it run all the apps and games smoothly? Does it have great thermals? And of course, it's a Note, it has to give great battery life. So for kind of ticking all these boxes, I would like to introduce to you, on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, we are going to use the Qualcomm Snapdragon 625. Okay. So we really wanted to. Obviously, 625 has been Manu's favorite processor for 2 years. Unfortunately, a couple of weeks back, we had a little incident. In Andhra Pradesh, one truck, which was surprisingly carrying all our 625 chips, got stolen. So because we lost all our 625s, with the Redmi Note 7, we are bringing in an all-new processor. This processor is absolutely amazing. On Antutu, this clocks in at a whopping 1.8 lakhs. Trust me, nobody has seen a performance like this in this segment before. In fact, when we compared the Redmi Note 7 Pro with the previous generation Redmi Note 6 Pro, we have 155% the performance of the predecessor. It's a massive jump. Not just from a benchmark score perspective. We tested it time and again internally. Almost everything that you run runs a lot faster. You see faster web browsing, game launches, social media launches, almost everything is much, much faster on the Note 7 Pro. So these were benchmarks and these were comparisons. So we decided Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. It is a truly powerful chip. And this chip that we're using on the Redmi Note 7 Pro is none other than an absolute phenomenal chip running on the Cryo 460 architecture. It's an 11 nanometer FinFET process. So it's not just more powerful, but it's also a lot more efficient. And yes, it is an octa-core chip. We're going to dive a little deeper. Okay. Now, as you saw, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 675 is an 11 nanometer, based on 11 nanometer FinFET technology. It uses the latest Cryo 460 architecture, and it is an 8-core processor. With the 11 nanometer chipset, if I were to call someone that long. Or what's really important, and what I really care about as well, about 8.5 hours of gaming. Now this is absolutely incredible. Now this is a big battery, and it's a powerful phone, and we are saying that now, the camera on the Note 7 Pro is a combination of a 48 megapixel camera, and that's the primary camera, and along with that 48, you have a 5 megapixel depth sensor for those amazing portrait shots. Now this 48 MP camera has probably generated a lot more buzz than any of our features ever before. In fact, when I think about 4 weeks back is when we first talked about the fact that 48 MP is coming, we have got thousands and thousands of questions, comments from a lot of our Mi fans as well, asking various aspects or various details. A lot of them wanted to know multiple aspects. So we've just taken some of those and put them here. So for example, Ashu wanted to know if this 48 megapixel was actually a real camera or is just software based. Or one of our very close fans who take a lot of inspiration from us, Madhav, wanted to compare it with a 13 megapixel sensor from the previous generation. So we will do that as well. And then Arijit wanted to know if the processor can actually support anything more than 24 megapixel. Well, we've answered the last question. So we know that the new ISP can handle 48 megapixel. But let's look at... Okay, so we've decided to use the highest resolution sensor available on any smartphone, period. It is an absolutely amazing sensor. It changes mobile photography forever. Let's do one more. दूर से देखा तो एक फतेहपुर सीकरी का किला दिख रहा था, right? Night view mode. Now this is based on Xiaomi's powerful AI algorithm, and it does a remarkable job. So let me show you an example. Take a look at this night shot. It captures in so much detail. You can see the reflection of the lights captured perfectly. You can even see how the cement is, right? A great shot, agree? Well, we haven't even switched on the night mode. When you switch on the night mode, the party completely changes. See that again? Normal, much better than any of the other devices that you get in this price class. But with the night mode, it's a whole new level. Let's take a look at another shot. It's to a 48 megapixel camera with the 5 megapixel depth sensor. The super pixel is a 1.6 micron super pixel now, giving you amazing low light photography. Now with the Redmi Note 7, we have performance redesign. And we'll get into each of these, but again, we are redefining what you get in its particular class. Let's get into performance. The Note 7 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 660 AIE. No 625 because we lost them.
Sorry? Okay, let me first clarify which memory configuration. So we have two memory configurations. The first one is 4GB, 64GB. I heard a 19999, sorry. I heard a 9999. No, we can't do 9999. Okay. So the price for Redmi Note 7 Pro Redmi Note 7 Pro 4GB, 64GB variant is going to be 13,999. And the price for 6GB, 128GB is going to be 16,999. Really incredible specs, incredible price, and there is no comparison to other phones with similar kind of specs or even phones which do not have these kind of specs. Snapdragon 675, Sony IMX586 sensor, 48 megapixel. So yes, it's going to be launched at 9,999, and the 4GB, 64GB is going to be launched at 11,999. So these are the prices for buy Redmi Note 7 and 7 Pro. So the first sale of Redmi Note 7 is going to be next week on 6th of March at 12 noon on me.com, Flipkart, and Me Home stores, and it will also be available soon across all our Me preferred partners. That's Redmi Note 7. Redmi Note 7 Pro will come 1 week after that, starting 13th of March at 12 noon. We are trying to produce as much as we can. So Redmi Note 7 Pro, the first sale is going to be at 12 noon on 13th of March across again me.com, Flipkart, and Me Home stores. And again, it will come to all our Me preferred partner stores. Now, when you buy a Redmi Note 7 or 7 Pro, you'll get a free protective case inside the box. And for the first time, thank you. For the first time, we are introducing a perforated case that you can buy from any of our stores or me.com only at rupees 349. So that's Redmi Note 7 series. We launched 2 phones